Now at 11, dozens of homes destroyed as 3 major wildfires burn across Southern California tonight. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And I'm Cher Calvin. More than 100,000 acres have been scorched by the explosive flames that continue to burn out of control across 4 Southern California counties.
Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency in Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties, covering all 3 major fires. The bridge fire burning near Wrightwood in San Bernardino County exploded overnight to become the largest and most damaging fire, with at least 36 homes destroyed. An arson suspect has been arrested, accused of setting the line fire burning in the San Bernardino Mountains near Running Springs. And the airport fire that began in Orange County is now threatening homes in Lake Elsinore in Riverside County, with several homes already lost.
We have team coverage of the devastation that is growing by the hour, beginning with Rick Chambers live from Wrightwood with the latest on the bridge fire. Rick.
Yeah, Cher, we wanted to give you a look at downtown Wrightwood because there's nobody here. It's deserted, but it's also undamaged. And the weather played a key role in that. Over the last 8 or 10 hours, there's been no wind. The temperature now has dropped to about 60, and the flames up in the hills are laying down, at least for now. A sky crate uses a small pond just north of Wrightwood to refill its huge water tanks. Then short hops into the trees that are burning just off Largo Vista Road. More than 50,000 acres have already been scorched since the bridge fire erupted on Sunday, torching several dozen homes and cabins between Mount Baldy and Mountain High.
I thought there was a very good chance that we weren't going to have a home to go back to.
Gino Lewis was at work yesterday afternoon when his wife called saying that they were suddenly being ordered to evacuate. He told us he only had minutes to get out.
Luckily, I was able to grab a few things and the cat. And, I just got out of there as soon as I could. Once I got out of there, I realized that, I could have been dealing with a life or death situation had I stayed really even any longer at all.
Heavy smoke has hampered efforts by air units to fly into some areas out here. This shot from NASA shows just how big that smoke plume is. But aircraft have been dropping Phos-Chek along the fire's perimeter in an attempt to halt its progress.
At the fire lines, we are engaged in point protection, doing whatever we can on the front lines of the fire to halt the progress.
But thousands of spot fires are now sprinkled through the steep and heavily wooded terrain. The lack of wind, that's helped the fire crews slow the fire's movements. But there is little or no containment tonight, and evacuees are facing an uncertain future. For the Lewis family, today brought some good news.
Power's still working. Our house is still standing. So, for now, we're blessed, and we're just praying that, that it stays that way and stays that way for everyone else as well.
Well, back out here live, there was a scare. The flames raced through part of the Mountain High ski resort, but management saying there's no serious damage. In Mountain High and Wrightwood, I'm Rick Chambers. Guys, I'll throw it back to you.
Rick, thank you. Dramatic new time-lapse video shows the explosive airport fire raging as gusty winds push the blaze from Orange County's Trabuco Canyon into Riverside County. Tonight, the massive blaze is still threatening thousands of homes, with some homes already lost to the flames. But there is some good news. Cooler temperatures have slowed down the flames, allowing firefighters to make some progress.
Rachel Benetoff live in Lake Elsinore with the latest on the airport fire tonight. Rachel.
Micah, Cher, this fire isn't necessarily growing much in size, but it also hasn't yet been contained. Residents have been seeing some sporadic hot spots on the hillside. The fire right now burning inside the canyon, so the flames are not visible to us. What you can see are these sheriff's deputies here manning one of several checkpoints in the area. Once residents leave their home, they cannot get back in. A devastating wildfire spanning 2 Southern California counties. The airport fire broke out Monday in Trabuco Canyon, quickly spread through Orange County and then hopped the freeway into Riverside County.
And it came up over the hill and it just lit up the mountain last night.
It ravaged communities like this one in El Carrizo Village and others along Ortega Highway near Lake Elsinore. Burned out cars, homes still smoldering. What's left? A deserted neighborhood, charred and unrecognizable. The extent of the damage and the number of homes destroyed isn't yet known.
Well, we know that there have been structures damaged and destroyed because of the active firefight and the heat in some of those areas. We haven't made access.
2 people suffered injuries and 10 firefighters treated too. In this incredibly dramatic video, a battalion chief seen rescuing a woman caught in the midst of the fast-moving flames. At last check, the fire burned more than 23,000 acres. Officials say it grew ever so slightly overnight, and they're hoping to uphold that trend.
The change in weather overnight slowed the fire's growth and empowered the ground and air forces to significantly improve fire lines.
Cooler weather allowed firefighters to slow down the flames and for crews to get more aggressive with their tactics and move closer to the fire line. A reassuring sign for Paul Kelly, who's surveying the scene and will report back to his family.
If anybody's going to go, I'm going to send them away and I'll stay back. That's why I got my motorcycle. So if the fire gets really close, it's easy enough for me to get out. I can get out 10 different ways. I don't need the road.
Still, 5,500 homes remain under an evacuation order, and this impacts close to 19,000 residents in this hillside neighborhood. The Alversons say in their 33 years here, they've weathered plenty of fires, and this one is no different. You both are in the evacuation zone. Why have you chosen to stay? What is your plan?
Because I've waited out the other fires. I've not left. You know, if it gets bad enough, it comes down low enough or starts doing the other houses, then we would leave.
And mandatory evacuation orders continue for places like Robinson Ranch in Orange County and areas around Ortega Highway. There are damage assessment teams. They are ready to go up to the impacted areas and survey the aftermath. But at this point, it is way too dangerous for residents to return to the area. We're live in Lake Elsinore. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Share Micah, back to you in the studio.
Rachel, thank you. An arson suspect is in custody tonight, accused of intentionally setting the massive line fire that is still burning out of control in the San Bernardino Mountains tonight. The line fire has burned 36,000 acres. It is 18% contained tonight, with evacuation orders and warnings still in effect.
KTLA's Sandra Mitchell is live in Highland, where the line fire began, and has more on the arson suspect in custody. Sandy.
Yeah, Shara, that blackened hillside behind us, that is the exact spot where the line fire started, just off Baseline Road here in Highland. Tonight, investigators talking about this arson suspect, but not doing anything specific, not giving any specifics about the motive in this case or what kind of device they believe the suspect used. New evacuations all the way to Big Bear tonight as the line fire burns out of control in the San Bernardino Mountains. And now we're learning more about the man accused of intentionally starting the fire, putting property and people at risk.
We're able to look at several different videos and determine who the suspect was.
Investigators say they used automated license plate readers near the scene where the fire started and tracked the suspected arsonist to his home in Norco, 35 miles from the point of origin.
Calm, quiet guy. No one ever thought to do anything like that.
Tonight, 34-year-old Justin Halstenberg is under arrest for suspicion of arson of forest property, and possession of an incendiary device. Investigators served a search warrant at the suspect's house and say the evidence shows he could be a serial arsonist.
It's my belief that as time goes on and we allow them to do the critical work that they're doing, that we will actually find out this suspect may have been responsible for other fires.
Those who know Halstenberg are stunned.
That shocks me right now. We never thought he would have been the one to start the fire.
Tonight, the line fire has ripped through more than 50 square miles and forced 65,000 to evacuate in mountain communities of Angeles Oaks, Forest Falls, Running Springs, and Wrightwood. After a terrifying evacuation, Brooke Pellinchar lost her home on Pinecone Drive in Running Springs. There is almost nothing left.
It's just really surreal. It happened really fast. We weren't able to grab much before we left. And so, I have about 3 Tupperwares.
So much damage, investigators say, started by one man.
It's just heartbreaking. It's just really heartbreaking.
Tonight, that arson suspect still in custody. He's being held on $80,000 bail. We're live tonight in Highland. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Mike Ensher, back to you.
All right, Sandra, thank you. Meteorologist Vera Jimenez tracking the conditions tonight. Vera.
Yes, and as you can see, we are looking at the coastal basin there. We are looking at, from this vantage point, definitely clear skies, but the marine layer is going to move onshore, and that is going to bring big changes. In the meantime, though, let's tell you what we have going on. The red flag warning will be with us until tomorrow at 10 a.m. The relative humidity values are still going to be quite low inland away from the coast, 5 to 10%. And of course, those wind gusts out of the west are also going to be pretty strong, anywhere between 25 and 40 miles per hour. That's going to be during the overnight hours into tomorrow. By Thursday, 10 a.m., those winds are going to subside and this red flag warning should expire. The wind advisory is going to stick around for about another hour, and that's going to be primarily for the northwestern end of the viewing area, which will include parts of northern San Bernardino, and then, of course, the Antelope Valley, and then places like Ventura and the I-5 corridor will also be impacted by those winds. We are not expecting to stretch those conditions, so thankfully all of those will be allowed to expire. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast and numbers coming up shortly. Back to you guys for now.
Vera, thank you.